So, based on the necessity of direction, physical quantities are classified into two types. One is scalar physical quantity and another one is vector physical quantity. In scalar physical quantities, scalar physical quantities requires only magnitude to describe that physical quantity. Only magnitude along with unit to describe that physical quantity. For example, already we saw that length of the board we have taken it as 2 meter. It requires only magnitude, no direction, no particular direction is necessary. And even suppose mass, if we want to tell mass of some dal, we want 100 kg, and here only magnitude, it gives complete description of this mass of that dal, physical quantity. And even time, if I take some 600 seconds, like that it is there. This is the time taken by the some event. Whenever we are taking how much time it has taken. So to go from one place to another place, that is an event. To go from one place to another place, the time taken by that boy is 600 seconds. It is giving the complete information about the time taken that by. So like that, these physical quantities which requires only magnitude, no specific direction. Specific means particular direction. So no specific direction. Such type, it requires only magnitude. Magnitude is necessary. No specific direction. Such type of physical quantities are called scalar physical quantities. And there is vector physical quantities. Coming to vector physical quantities, these requires two things. The first one is it requires not only magnitude. It requires magnitude as well as but also it also requires some particular direction or specific direction of that physical quantity. We have to mention the direction particularly. Then only such type of physical quantities we can call it as vector physical quantity. And along with these two, one more thing also a vector physical quantity has to satisfy. Not all the physical quantities. Suppose we have seen here before displacement. So our here vector physical quantity, we can say suppose there is a block of mass m 5 kg or something like that. On this block of mass m, you applied some force, force F is equal to some 5 Newton or something like that you applied. And because of this applied force, suppose this is a smooth surface and this block starts moving towards right. Then in order to tell, so suppose there is a chance for the block to move towards right. If the block is moving towards right means then in which direction force might have been applied, then we can say force has been applied. If it is moving towards right, there is no other opposing force. If block is moving towards right, then there is in which direction force was applied. Like that some question arises. So if force is applied towards right or towards east, then only block will move towards right or east. That means here while describing the physical quantity, how much force is applied. So how much force is applied means then you have to tell the magnitude as well as that particular direction in which direction that force has applied. That means here we can say, so if I write F bar is equal to, we can write 5 Newton, this is the magnitude we are telling, and towards due east or towards east we can tell, or towards right, due right, like that we can tell. And this we can write it in scalar form also by assigning some sign to the direction. So here we can write 5 Newton, if we assign sign convention, we can write a vector equation as scalar equation plus 5 Newton. What does it mean? So it means a force of 5 Newton is acting towards east direction on 5 kg block, and so that the block may get displaced by a displacement. So here also, if suppose displacement is always from initial to final position, displacement is suppose some 10 meter is given, then this displacement also plus 10 meter means 10 meter towards east, like that we have to write. So not only see here, if a vector physical quantity in order to tell, not only requires magnitude and specific, all the physical quantities which are having magnitude and specific direction cannot all the time, we cannot say all those physical quantities which are having both magnitude and specific direction, all the time we cannot say them as vector physical quantities. And one more, some additional thing also it requires, the third condition it has to satisfy, it is the third condition it has to satisfy means it has to obey the laws of vector addition. Obey the laws of vector addition. What are vector additions and all? In vectors we will learn. So one more condition is laws of vectoration, that is triangle law of vectoration, parallelogram law of vectoration, and polygon law of vectoration. Such type of laws of vectoration. While adding vectors, we have to follow some rules. So we have to follow those vector algebra. So those physical quantities which requires not only magnitude but also specific direction and also follows the laws of vectoration can only be treated as vector physical quantities. And those physical quantities which requires only magnitude and no need to specify direction, then such type of physical quantities are called scalar physical quantities. Scalar physical quantities, they can be added by using scalar algebra. Like mass can be, suppose 10 kg mass price and 100 kg mass of rice. Total mass is you can add directly 10 kg rice plus 100 kg rice, you can get it as 110 kg. Directly you can add this by using scalar algebra. But whereas vector physical quantities, in order to add, suppose on a block of mass, suppose m kg, here towards this direction 5 Newton force is acting, and towards this direction 2 Newton force is acting. Then in this case, so here two forces are acting, one towards right and another force is towards left. So the resultant force, while adding many vectors, the resultant, if you add two vectors, the final vector obtained is resultant vector or net vector. So here resultant force is given as, so towards one direction plus 5 and towards right direction and plus of minus 2 you have to write. So you got plus 3 Newtons. So here plus 3 Newton means 3 Newton force, resultant force is 3 Newton force towards right. So there is a chance for the body to move towards right. So like this, they have to follow the laws of vectoration. Then only it can be treated as scalar vector physical quantity. For example, here if you see, for example in vector physical quantities, if I take electric current, there are two currents passing like this, I1, I2, suppose I1 5 ampere and this is some 4 ampere if it is going like this, and angle between here, this is theta, and final current obtained according to Kirchhoff's law is I is equal to I total is equal to, you can get I1 plus I2 directly, which we are getting it as 9 ampere. Here electric current is having both magnitude and direction, but it is not obeying the laws of vectoration. So electric current I is not a vector physical quantity. Electric current is not a vector physical quantity because it does not obey laws of vectoration. So any physical quantity to be said it has a vector, it has to follow three. One, it should have magnitude. Second one is it has particular direction, and the third one is it should obey the laws of vectoration also. Then only it can be considered as vector physical quantity. So these vectors will play a major role in physics. That's why I am stressing here, and before itself I am telling you the difference between scalar and vector physical quantities. So next class let's again continue our session. And thank you for watching. Keep subscribing to our channel and make our channel promote. Thank you very much.